Almost 200,000 Australians have been receiving letters from the federal government asking them to pay back welfare payments that the government claims was paid to them when they earned enough money to support themselves. But many of these former welfare recipients have argued that software flaws in the new automated system, which was pioneered by the 2011 Labor government but escalated by the current coalition government, have meant they're being accused of debts that a human would know were incorrect. The automated system was designed to match income and employment data from across multiple government departments, and then issued debt notices if it found welfare recipients had been receiving payments whilst earning above the threshold. This method means some people with inconsistent incomes over the course of a year are being hit with a letter for earning too much, even when they may have earned nothing in some fortnights. The flaw in the software design was that the Department of Human Services checked yearly earnings, and did not account for the fact that people may be on welfare until June, but find a job in July, and subsequently earn above the threshold. So to the government it looked like they might have earned $20,000 and received Human Services assistance of $15,000 at the same time, because the figures were counted on a yearly basis. Some debts were by the fact that employer names were spelled differently in the systems used by the Human Services when compared to the systems used by the Australian Tax Office. So whilst a recipient might report to Human Services that he earned $2,000 working at Windsor Plumbers with a D, his tax records of the ATO cross-referenced by Human Services might indicate that he earned $2,000 working at Windsor Plumbers without the D. To the automated system, these are two different jobs, two different employers, and twice the debt. This debt debacle has caused even more fury in the community, as it was revealed in January that Health Minister Susan Lee billed the taxpayer for transport to the Gold Coast, where she claims she purchased an apartment for almost $1 million on a whim. Bronwyn Bishop, former Speaker of the Australian Lower House, who found controversy in her own expenses scandal, where she billed taxpayers for a helicopter trip from Melbourne to Geelong, which takes less than an hour and a half by train, said the outrage surrounding the expenses was creeping socialism.
I do know that there are socialists out there who want to attack free enterprise and anyone who sticks up for it, and I know that socialists, like alcoholics, will blame anyone but themselves.
While federal politicians claimed vast expenses payable by the taxpayer, taxpayers were being told to pay thousands of dollars in debt they didn't owe. The Australian newspaper was able to reveal that asylum seekers were issued with debt notices for working part-time jobs years ago. A spokesperson for Human Services said 15,000 debt recovery notices had been issued to asylum seekers since April 2014. The controversy only further serves to highlight the toxic culture in Human Services. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that staff at Centrelink told officials from Human Services that the automated system would result in errors. However, they were told the system would be much more efficient and would in fact result in less errors. A Centrelink staffer told the Sydney Morning Herald that they don't care about average Australians, that they don't care about their customers or their staff. We told them shit, that's not going to work when they explained how their computer was going to do the work and said that it was going to misrepresent people's incomes and lead to incorrect debts going out. But they just told us computers and data can't be wrong. They wanted to save a shitload of money and weren't interested in hearing what we thought about it.